And welcome again to the big match. Well, what a wintry week it's been, and to be honest, we almost despaired of finding some cup tie action for you. But I'm delighted to say that of the 4 fifth-round FA Cup ties played today, we feature 3 of them. There was certainly plenty of snow at York, this, of course, for the visit of Liverpool. There were some alarming misses in that game too.
And Dale Banton is in the clear for York. Robillard steadies himself, and Banton misses.
Conditions were better at Southampton, where they were looking to kill off second division Millwall.
Now Armstrong, there's a chance. Oh!
And the bleak rooftops in Bedfordshire, but inside, Luton's artificial pitch meant that their match against Arsenal was always going to be played. And indeed, that's where we start. Luton against Arsenal, where Arsenal gave one of their expensive signings the chance of a fresh start.
Steve Williams returns to the Arsenal side for the first time since before Christmas. It is, says manager Don Howe, the chance for him to reconstruct his whole career. It's entirely up to him. Well, Steve faces a Luton side with one change in it. At right back, Rob Johnson comes in for his 6th game of the season. Tim Breaker's got a toe injury. But Arsenal know the main threat will probably come from Mick Harford and Brian Steen. 32 goals between them this season. Striker Mike Newell is cup-tied. Mark North comes in. Arsenal, meanwhile, have decided not to risk Stuart Robson or Paul Davis in their midfield. They've not fully recovered from injuries, and that's a bad blow for them. It's all the more important, then, that Steve Williams performs well. Tony Woodcock returns to the attack, and Paul Mariner drops to substitute. Referee Alan Gunn of Burgess Hill in Sussex gets us underway. Luton in the white shirts attacking the goal to our right. Remember, this is the first opportunity we've had to see here at home, this artificial pitch here at Luton. They say the bounce and the run of the ball is quite different from the one at Loftus Road. They've lost 2 games on it only this season. Norwich in the Milk Cup and Coventry in the league. And they've never beaten Arsenal in the FA Cup. Anderson gets that one away. It's North. And then Anderson again. It's a surface, too, that allows them to play any number of games on it. They had a game last night, a game before the start today, and they've got 4 on it tomorrow. All bringing in very useful revenue, of course. It's Donachie with the header for Luton. An absolute cert, of course. Mal Donachie, barring injury, to go with Northern Ireland to Mexico. This is big John Lukic. Nicholas. Ricks finding Woodcock. Ricky Hill. It's O'Leary. Williams. Nicholas. Rocastle. Good play there by Allinson. Now Rocastle. Foul apparently on Steve Williams, gives Arsenal the free kick. Arsenal, who came here and trained on this artificial surface on Thursday. Harford nodding it down for North, played on for Steen. And crossed in low and cut out well by O'Leary. Steve Foster. Harford. Williams with the header. Thomas, stopped by Allinson. So Luton get the throw. Mick Harford. Now Mitchell Thomas. Just in low. And a chance possibly. And a goal by Ricky Hill for Luton. Minutes gone, and Luton get a priceless early goal. A bit of a scramble there. Luton at one point looking towards the referee to see if anything might come their way. In the end it did, with a left foot shot by Hill. Well, a challenge there by Rocastle. Earns a talking to from the referee on David Priest. Well, a bright start there by Luton Town. And Ricky Hill, the scorer, in his testimonial time here. Good finishing shot it was as well. Foster up, but the flag is up. And the free kick given to Luton Town. The foul was on Steve Foster as he went for that header. And Arsenal, instead of getting a free kick, now find they have some more defending to do. Priest playing it for North, complete miscue by him. Johnson. And they could be in more trouble here, no. Ball will come to O'Leary. And the back pass has found Steen. And there's a chance for another one just wide by Harford. And that was trouble entirely of Arsenal's own making. With the back pass that didn't begin to make ground. In comes Steen. Hits a lovely ball across there. And just wide. Well, it was a bad back pass by David O'Leary. And Luton are rampant at the moment. And Arsenal so disappointed at being knocked out of the Milk Cup by Aston Villa in the last week. Now have a real job on their hands to stay in the FA Cup. Hill. Across towards Harford, nodded down to Priest, looked to be bundled in the back, and a free kick has been given. Now this could be interesting. Priest was the man who was fouled, and he's the man who so often plays a part in free kicks like this. Now, is this more trouble for Arsenal? Already a goal down. Ricky Hill and Priest are behind it. Well, the wall needs to be well formed. Plenty in it. It's going to be Ricky Hill. Curled, a fraction too high. And good going so far for Ricky Hill. Priest jumping over the ball. The free kick clearing the wall by a little too much in point of fact. And Bentz clearing the crossbar. Saw on television in the third round how Arsenal got themselves into trouble early on against Grimsby Town, but got out of it brilliantly. Just wondering if they can do it again here now. They've got a corner. Corner floated in and nodded off the line and over the top by Mitchell Thomas. Anderson, who got the first header in, and Mitchell Thomas, who's a 6-footer, needed every inch to get that one over the crossbar. So there we go again, Foster up, but again couldn't get a header to it, and again Anderson was there, and again it was Mitchell Thomas who turned it round the corner for the goal, for the corner. So the third corner. Same sort of space. Again, Anderson was there. It was the drive by Ricks. Charlie Nicholas trying to get in, and in the end, North getting it all. Anderson. Nicholas. Foul on him by Peter Nicholas. Peter Nicholas really with a great incentive to do well here today. The number 4, a former Arsenal player, played some 60 games for them. And the other Nicholas that Arsenal fans will be hoping will restore the balance for the Gunners here now. Well, Williams and Ricks are bent over this free kick. It's Ricks driving it in. Well, it got a touch, and it was a tremendous piece of reaction goalkeeping by Les Sealy. And the trouble not away yet for Luton. Woodcock trying to get something on the turn, and Mick Harford back in defence, and then giving it away to Graham Ricks. It comes through to Allinson. A good shot, and a goal! And Arsenal are level with Ian Allinson. A good strike by Allinson in off the far post, and one that Arsenal desperately wanted at this stage of the game. 1-1. Well, it was a good strike. There may have been a slight deflection, but it ended up in the back of the net. 1-1. Thomas. Priest outside him. Steen ahead of him. Priest, good left foot, good cross towards Harford, not it down, and very nearly into the path of Ricky Hill again. Stopped by Johnson, and a fair ball there by Johnson for Steen. Free kick, right on the edge of the box. Certainly a very good ball played through by Rob Johnson for him, the fullback. And the referee wanting a word with Williams for that charge on Brian Steen. Now this could put Arsenal in a bit of trouble. Might well be Priest who tries a little curler this time. Priest and Ricky Hill behind it. 2, 4, 5 in the wall, plus Steen, and now Foster. Oh, a bit of fun and games going on in that wall as well. Now, who will it be? It's Priest, curled wide, but clipped the Arsenal wall, and the referee says corner. Must have been just the merest touch. Yes, you can see the referee was absolutely right. Priest. He's had a lively start to this game. Foster launching himself at that one. And now Harford. Can he force his way through? Has he won himself a yard? No. Denied that by Sanson and Ricks between them. Then Ricks gives it away. North crossing it in, and Lukic down. Not a very good kick, that one. Here's Johnson again for Luton. Challenged strongly by Woodcock. Arsenal's throw. Williams. Touch now for O'Leary. Sanson to Ricks. Woodcock. Ricks. Nicholas. Haven't seen much of Charlie Nicholas as yet. And that challenge there won't help a great deal. It's from a long way out. And I've seen Ricks embarrass one or two walls and defences from that sort of range. Look to float one over for Anderson or Rocastle or O'Leary to run for. Ricks with a free kick at any rate for Arsenal. Chipped in there indeed towards Anderson, nodded down by him. Woodcock looking to get something on the turn, does well, and a good header by Rocastle, and Arsenal in the lead. Well, they've come storming back superbly, Arsenal. A good nod down there by Anderson. The turn here by Woodcock, and Rocastle's header beyond Les Seeley. 2-1 to Arsenal. Good header down. And some really good terrier-like work, and a nicer bit of skill at the end by Tony Woodcock. So Woodcock wanting the ball, as you can see. Feeling in he's in a good bit of form at the moment, but not getting to that one. In fact, fouling Mal Donaghy, giving Luton Town the free kick. The goalkeeper to take it, pushing everybody forward now, including Harford. The run is on, but it comes through to Lukic. Oh, and some fighting there between Sanson and Harford. Sanson obviously feeling that Harford was a little too aggressive in his charge there as the ball came to the goalkeeper, and the referee physically having to pull Harford away for a moment and calling both Sanson and Harford to him. Something for the moment has just been thrown onto the pitch, and well, this was the moment, the ball coming through, being gathered there, and shoving the back on Sanson as he was protecting his goalkeeper. And then it, for a moment, threatened to get quite nasty. Well, that's the way Mick Harford plays, I have to say. He's a man with an awful lot of skill, but he's big and he's strong with it. Seeley again with that long kick. Harford again getting to it. A shove there on the Luton number 9, giving them the free kick. Hill. And Nicholas. Well, he had nobody around him, but obviously nobody calling. And he's looking hard at John Lukic. Charlie obviously feeling that he should have been warned that there was time to turn and clear that ball satisfactorily instead of rather hurriedly giving away the corner. But Arsenal leading 2-1. Just over the half hour gone. Priest takes another corner for Luton. Lukic using his height well, and Harford going in hard, and the Arsenal players surrounding the referee and saying, you've got to do something about that challenge. A free kick's been given, and I think the referee is going to have a word with Mick Harford, and the book is out. And there's the moment. And Lukic coming for it and clashing with the big number 9. Sanson. Ricks. Woodcock. Donaghy up well. Priest. Thomas. Williams shrugged off the ball that time by Nicholas, taken up here by Hill. Allinson. Miraculously stopped there by Mitchell Thomas. And a nice little chip in there. And it might fall for Harford! 2-2! Thomas, having intercepted it in the first place, hoists that one in there. Two Arsenal defenders can make nothing of it, but Mick Harford can. Good jump. And a very convenient placing for Mick Harford. So, Harford takes his score to 17 for the season. And Luton are back on level terms at 2-2. And this really is now quite some cup tie. Free kick to Arsenal. Half-time whistle, and an excellent first half. Certainly it's been at times a rough and tough game as well, with one or two unpleasant moments. And what a mixed afternoon so far for Mick Harford, having been booked and then having scored the second Luton goal that really opens up this cup tie here now. Half-time then at Kenilworth Road. It's Luton Town 2, Arsenal 2. So a really splendid cup tie developing here at Kenilworth Road. Sharp contrast really to what a bleak scene it is outside on those rooftops of Bedfordshire. Well, 2-2 we stand as Arsenal get the second half underway. Now attacking the goal to our right. Against a side, Luton, of course, that reached the semi-finals last season before being put out by Everton. So far, Luton have beaten Palace and Bristol Rovers. Arsenal have got past Grimsby and Rotherham. Back to Lukic. With Anderson. Get down there, says Mitchell Thomas, and that's just what Harford has done. And North. So Mark North. Oh, goodness, that was closer than I think in the first place John Lukic thought. A speculative sort of shot there by Mark North, but I thought just for one moment it was going to dip in under the crossbar. Quick readjustment there by Lukic. Woodcock battling with Foster. And now with Nicholas. Free kick. Harford. Priest. Thomas. There's David O'Leary. Woodcock. Good ball there, a reverse pass for Charlie Nicholas. Now, can Ricks keep that one in play? He can. Now it calls for a good cross. And David O'Leary was right in there and almost made the finishing touch. Well, that would have been a totally surprising goal, because O'Leary must have made something like a 60-yard dash to get in there on the end of this Ricks cross. Priest. And again, it came off Charlie Nicholas that time. Steen. Nicholas. Harford. Long-range shots. Hit with great power. Well, it's always worth that sort of try. He might just catch the keeper napping, but not Lukic. Now Steen. He's troubled again, Brian Steen. There's certainly a bit of give in this artificial surface. I think the referee quite rightly saying if Brian Steen is fit to walk, he should walk off, and well, it looks as though Gary Parker is stripping off for Luton, and Mariners on as well. Charlie Nicholas who's gone off. So Anderson with the throw. Mitchell Thomas. All paid for Hill. Oh, right across the goal and missing the far post by an inch. Tremendous break that by Luton. As Mitchell Thomas plays in Ricky Hill with a lovely ball onto the left foot. Out comes Lukic, and look how close it was. Clash there between Williams and Priest. I don't think it was all that serious. Just a quick word in passing for the Arsenal number 4, and referee Alan Gunn, who's done a good job on this game. Here's Priest again for Luton. Now Thomas crossed in, and Williams got it away, but not very far. Thomas. Priest. Good run, a good jump there by North. But Arsenal again have got the better of it. Priest again, and Harford's there, and Parker's there with a shot just wide. Arsenal under the cosh a little bit in these closing minutes. And the final shot, maybe 2 yards wide. Playing time added on for stoppages. There can't be much of that. Alan Gunn, who's refereed well, looking at his watch. It's Harford. And there's the final whistle. It means a replay at Highbury. A blistering first half when all the goals were scored. When Hill and Harford scored for Luton, and Allinson and Rocastle for Arsenal. A calmer second half, but still had its moments of high drama. And a final score as the players come off then. Luton 2, Arsenal 2.
And that replay at Highbury is on Tuesday night. There's no doubt that in the first half, some of the bitterness of their match at Highbury a fortnight ago in the league spilled over again. And tonight, the Arsenal manager, Don Howe, has condemned Luton's style of play on the day. He said that Luton had bludgeoned their way to a replay, which had surprised him because that really isn't Luton's style. And David Pleat, Luton's manager, saw things differently. He said, I would have thought that Don would have been grateful to get a replay. I'm more disappointed about this result than Don. One further point, we understand that Luton police are investigating a report that Charlie Nicholas's arm made contact with a young fan as the teams left the field at half-time. Coming next, Southampton against Millwall, how York City battled against Liverpool, and the goal that saved Brighton in their cup tie at Peterborough. That's all after the break.